In 1962, a man by the name of Everett Rogers came up with a theory called the diffusion of innovation. This theory describes how innovation is introduced to society and how society grabs a hold of it. And I'm going to show this process through the art of dance. So when a new idea comes into society, it is first grasped by the innovator. The innovator is usually a more eclectic type of person, shown here as, well, a lone nut. Innovators make up about 2.5% of the population. They are the risk takers, the ones who try a product before anyone else. And although they lead, most people don't actually pay any attention to them. Then the idea reaches the early adopters, shown here by the man in the green shirt. The early adopters are the most important part in this entire process because they turn the lone nut into something to be noticed. Early adopters make up 13.5% of the population. They are usually the change agents, the opinion leaders. They're the ones that beckon their friends to join the movement. They are the ones that make the innovation take off. The next group are the early majority. After watching the innovator and the early adopter, they decide that they want to get involved. The early majority makes up 34% of the population, and it is here in the early majority that diffusion reaches critical mass, which means that there is no longer need for a change agent because the innovation is now being used by more than half of society. The innovation is essentially selling itself. This is when the late majority comes in. Making up 34% of the population, these people are usually skeptical and have below average social status. They eventually join the crowd because the innovation has now become closer to the norm. Finally, we have our laggards. Making up 16% of the population, laggards do not seek out innovation because they have a fear of debt. They join the movement because the movement comes to them, as you can see by the ones that were sitting down and then had to dance because the dance came around them. Whether one is an innovator, an early adopter, an early majority, late majority, laggard, or a Luddite, which isn't even represented in this curve because they don't accept any technology, everybody plays an integral part in the diffusion of innovation to change our world.